Uncrewed aerial vehicles are carrying larger payloads and handling more critical missions in contested airspace. But these platforms are hitting a hard physical limit. If you load a tactical multi-rotor drone with a 100-kilogram payload, the massive energy drain limits a standard lithium-ion battery to a maximum of about 30 minutes of flight time. That severely restricts its operational radius. Swap that battery for a standard internal combustion engine to keep it airborne longer. But burning aviation fuel creates loud acoustic noise and massive heat. In a tactical environment where survival depends on remaining undetected, a loud, hot engine acts like a beacon for enemy sensors. To fly heavier payloads for hours instead of minutes, while remaining practically invisible to tracking systems, requires a different way of storing and releasing energy. Hydrogen solves this weight-to-range problem. It offers incredibly high energy density without the debilitating mass of heavy lithium-ion battery packs. This chart illustrates the spectrum. Hydrogen fuel cells cover lighter vehicles and mid-weight aviation on the left and middle. Moving right, hydrogen internal combustion engines, or H2ICE, take over, providing the brute mechanical force required for massive transport. Developing both sides of this technological spectrum provides a direct path to operating long-range, heavy-lift transport without relying on fossil fuels. In July of 2026, Intelligent Energy launched a new 120-kilowatt hydrogen power system engineered specifically to scale up to heavy-lift fixed-wing drones. The efficiency metrics are stark. Rounding just 1 single pound of hydrogen gas through a fuel cell generates enough electricity to keep a drone in the air for 10 hours, covering roughly 100 miles. Looking at a 100-kilogram payload scenario on this chart, a gaseous hydrogen system pushes that flight time 3 to 5 times longer than the best available lithium-ion setup. Because fuel cells generate electricity through a continuous chemical reaction rather than active combustion, the powertrain runs exceptionally cold and nearly silent, stripping away the thermal and acoustic signatures that plague gas engines. For modern tactical aircraft, extracting electricity directly from hydrogen effectively neutralizes the weight and range penalties that have historically grounded battery-powered fleets. But aviation is only half the equation. Ships, locomotives, and heavy mining equipment require a level of sheer mechanical torque that fuel cells simply cannot provide. This heavy-duty test rig for a hydrogen internal combustion engine targets commercial rollout by 2030. Engineers face a distinct physics problem here. Hydrogen combusts so rapidly it carries a high risk of catastrophic pre-ignition and violent engine backfire if not perfectly controlled. This high-speed imaging reveals the mechanical solution, an ultra-high-pressure direct injection system. By injecting a tiny diesel pilot spark, it safely controls hydrogen's rapid ignition. The fuel is blasted into the chamber at 500 bar, suppressing early detonation risks. By carefully domesticating the violent combustion of hydrogen gas, these direct injection systems provide the brute force necessary to move the heaviest industrial payloads on Earth without generating carbon emissions. Moving past the engine block, adopting this technology alters the macro-level logistics of how a military force actually operates in contested territory. Traditional operations are anchored to massive, slow-moving diesel supply lines. These fuel convoys are easy for adversaries to track, intercept, and destroy. Hydrogen removes that anchor. Because it can be generated entirely off-grid using localized stations that require nothing more than electricity and water, remote units manufacture their own fuel on demand. Severing the reliance on fragile fossil fuel convoys allows operating forces to maintain high operational tempos without waiting for vulnerable resupply trucks. This shift is actively moving from the lab to the field, with the U.S. Defense Innovation Unit officially adding hydrogen-powered platforms to their trusted list for rapid deployment and acquisition. We are looking at a dual capability spectrum: cold, silent fuel cells dominating the skies today, while ultra-high-pressure combustion engines prepare to haul massive ground and sea logistics tomorrow. By abandoning the weight of heavy lithium-ion batteries and the logistical vulnerability of fossil fuels, hydrogen powertrains establish a vastly expanded physical boundary for military transport.